Hey guys, this is Jackie. I'm back with my second workout here on YouTube, and this one is going to be just a little bit more difficult than the first beginner level 20-minute workout. Today's workout is going to be 25 minutes, so instead of 2 sets, we're going to get through 3 sets of exercises. I'm going to show you a couple of new ones today, and I'm really just trying to kind of slowly progress you each time I do a new workout. So if you feel like you haven't done the first one and you feel like you're really beginner level, you might want to go back and check out that 20-minute one. But if you've done that one a few times and you're feeling pretty comfortable with it, let's get to it. We're going to add a little bit of a challenge today. Okay, last time we started off with squats, and we are going to do the same thing this time. We used a chair or a bench to really guide the squat last time. Remember, we want to make sure that your hips go backwards and your knees stay behind your toes. If that still feels tricky to you, go ahead, pull the chair or the bench back out, give yourself a guide. If you want to make it a little bit harder today, you can actually add a tiny little hop at the top. When I say a hop, I don't want you to jump as high as you can, come slamming back down and really jolt your body. We don't want it to be that jarring. I want you to come down, just give me a little light hop, land softly on your feet, and back down. Now, you do not have to do that. I am actually not going to hop. I'm still rehabbing my ankle injury. So choose what's best for your body. And we're going to go to 15. Starting now. Remember to breathe. Remember to squeeze your glutes as you come up. They should be nice and tight at the top of this move. We're at 8. 13, 14, one more, 15. Very good. Next move we're going to do is going to be a split stance lunge. So these require a bit of stability. If this is your first time doing lunges or your first time in a while doing them, hang on to something. Hang on to a wall. I'm going to use a dumbbell rack here, use a chair, whatever you need. We want to make sure we're in the right position. You're going to take a big step forward, whichever foot you want. We're going to end up doing both. You want to be far enough split front to back that when you bend your knees, you can bend both to a 90-degree angle and your front knee is over your ankle. So if you're too close together, your lunges are like this. Look at my front knee. It's way over the toe. That's going to put pressure on the knee and not work the right muscles. So adjust yourself to get in a good position. And we're going to do 10 of these aside. If you don't love lunges, if you feel like they're kind of hard on the knees, couple options. You can either do little baby ones, focusing on squeezing your front butt cheek, keeping your weight on your front heel. People are often surprised when I make sure their weight's on their front heel and they're squeezing their glute. It really takes a lot of pressure off the knees. So that might be your issue, is you might be going too far forward. If your knees still don't like that, what you can do, you can still hang on to something. You can have your legs a little straighter. You can squeeze your front butt cheek, and you can actually drive your back knee up and down, and that really engages into the front glute. You can also work a little bit on balance and try to not hold on. Okay, so pick which one you want to do. We've got 10 on each side, starting now. You can do whatever you want with your arms. If you're feeling unstable, keep your hand on something. Also, don't feel like you have to go as low as I am. If that feels like a little bit too much, this is 10. We're going to switch. This side I'm not going to go as low on because this is my ankle I'm still rehabbing. So I'm going to go about halfway. You always want to do what's best for your body. All right, 10 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little harder to do 2 leg exercises back to back. Your legs might already be a little tired from the squats. That's okay, as long as you can keep form. That's 10. Okay, let's give those legs a quick little stretch break. I'm going to hang onto the rack. I'm going to do a quadricep stretch. I'm going to grab my ankle, pull my knee straight down facing the ground, and I'm just going to hold it. A couple deep breaths. Slowly Slowly release that foot. Let's do the other side. And you can release that one. Next thing we're going to do is an exercise for your mid-back by the shoulder blade area. We're going to do a bent over row with a dumbbell in each hand, or a water bottle if you have a couple of the same size water bottles. I'm going to grab my 10s, grab whatever weights you want to start with. If you've been starting with 5s, stick with your 5s. No big deal at all. You can always build up from there. So we're going to do a bent over row with both hands. When you do this, it's important when you bend over to bend from your waist so your hips are going to push backwards behind your body line. I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to really squeeze my stomach. If I don't squeeze my stomach, what happens is people tend to round and then they end up getting a lot of stress in their low back. We don't want that. We want a nice, long, straight back line. So bend the knees, push your hips behind you. Your chest is going to come forward and you're going to pull the weights up, pinch your shoulder blades at the top, slow release back down. We're going to do 15 of these. So this is 2, keep going. 3, 4. You should really feel those shoulder blades pulling together. At the same time, you're tightening your tummy. My glutes are squeezing. All these things are supporting my low back. If you don't like this, we can go back to the bench and do a single arm row, supporting yourself on the bench. I'm going to say 3 more, somewhere around there. 1 more, and stand up tall. Very good. We're going to go right into a bicep curl. The bicep curl today, we're going to do a hammer curl, which is a little different. The preacher curls we did last week, palms are forward. Hammer curls, palms are facing your sides. I'll give you a second to grab the right weights. I'm going to stick with my 10s. Biceps are a little bit of a smaller muscle group than your back muscles, so you might want to go a little bit lighter. Make sure to squeeze your stomach. We're going to do 15 hammer curls, so elbows will stay next to your body. We're going to go up and then down nice and slow. If you get any pain in your elbow, kind of tendon area, you're going to want to go lighter. Remember, don't rush through these. Don't rock your body. Everything's tight. Getting a 10 here. 5 more. If you can't make it all the way to 15, stop where you're at. Just make sure you're doing it with good form, good muscle engagement. 1 more. That's 15. Very good. You can rack those weights or set them down on the ground. Okay, the push-up is an exercise. When I first start with people, they just absolutely hate the push-up. And I think it's an exercise that it's like something we've all done before, but I don't know that we've necessarily all done it the right way. And so I like explaining exactly where you're supposed to feel it first. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer explanation and then we'll get to it. You don't want to do a push-up and have your shoulders round and go up towards your ears. I call that kind of trappy. It's a trappy push-up. It really just pulls on these upper traps and then it tends to make like neck sore, shoulder sore. Not what we want. You really want to feel a push-up in your pectorals, which are your chest muscles. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to start everybody on their knees. And when you start on your knees, you can control your weight a little bit better. You're pushing less weight off the ground. So instead of starting in like tabletop, this is a mistake I often see people try to do this. Well, you're not going to get much out of that one. You want to walk your hands forward and you really want to tuck your navel towards your spine. So I'm squeezing my stomach. If you don't squeeze your stomach, push-ups tend to go that way, and then people, when they get down here, they really start feeling their low backs getting sore, and that's not what we want. So you want to feel your pectorals at the bottom. You're going to feel your chest kind of stretch, and then on the push, I'm really squeezing my chest muscles. I'm also squeezing my stomach, and at the very top, your triceps, which are on the back of the arms. Those also give your like a little squeeze there too. You also are working those triceps muscles. So you're gonna do anywhere between 10 and 15 of these. If they feel really hard, if your shoulders feel unstable, you can absolutely go back to the laying on your back chest press with dumbbells that we did last video. So all of those options are great. Let's start, you guys, with 10 to 15. Stop when you need to, when you feel like you can't carry it out with good form anymore. Okay, squeeze the stomach, let's go. I like to exhale as I'm pushing up. Five more if you're sticking with me. Last one is 15. Hips back to your heels. Quick stretch. We're gonna do one more move, but I'm gonna add a little pulse to it. We did bridges last time. Today, we're gonna do bridges, but we're gonna do bridge pulses at the end to really get a little extra glute burn. So laying on your back, you're gonna have all the weight in your heels. I'm gonna lift my toes up just a little bit. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core. We're gonna lift the hips up and down to 15. On the 15th one more, hold at the top. Make sure your glutes are tight. You don't want to be feeling low back pressure. What you're going to do is you're going to come down about halfway, and then you're going to squeeze your glutes to push your hips back up. This is a bridge pulse. We're going to do 15 of these. So you're kind of relaxing the glutes, and then you're squeezing the glutes for a little extra burn. Make sure you're not thrusting up so high that your low back is hurting. I know I'm like a broken record with that, but you don't want a sore low back. It's no fun. Couple more. Awesome. That's your first set. I'm gonna get the 1 minute timer started. Grab a quick sip of water. We're doing this again 2 more times. Okay, I hope everyone's feeling great after set 1. Let's get into set 2. We're starting with the squats again. So, feet about shoulder width distance apart, 15 of them. Add a little hop at the top if you're feeling it. Use a chair if you want more support. Five more. Okay, we're gonna go into our split stance lunges or your knee lift if you're doing it this way to be a little bit easier on the knees. So pick your poison here. You wanna be up tall, stomach tight, glutes tight, 10 aside. Hang on if the balance isn't there. Another thing to keep in mind with the balance is it really helps to look at something that's stationary. Something in front of you that's not moving. It's amazing how much that helps with balance. One more. Switch to that other side. One more. Great. We're gonna grab our dumbbells for our bent over row. If you don't like the bent over row this way, you can grab your bench or chair, one dumbbell. You can do a single arm row, 15 aside, okay? I'm grabbing my 10s. Grab whatever weights you need based off of how it felt last time. Remember, push your hips back, squeeze your stomach, squeeze your glutes. Chest down, we're gonna row. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the top. 15 of these. One more. Come up to standing. Swap out your weights if you need to. Right into hammer curls. 15 if we can get there. Remember, the release back down is slow and controlled. Feel those biceps working. If you're not feeling the biceps, work on that contraction. Try to squeeze them a little more. It does take some practice to get muscle engagement down. A lot of it just has to do with paying attention, thinking about that muscle. Last one. Okay, we're gonna set them down and get into some push-ups. On your knees. You know what? If you wanna try toes if you feel like your form's pretty good on these. I'm gonna do my knees. Tighten the core, down and up, 10 to 15 of these. One more if you're with me. Awesome, let's turn to our backs. We've got our bridges, 15 and then 15 pulses. Then you get another minute rest. Push your weight in your heels, squeeze that booty up and down. Remember, those knees are staying parallel. You're not letting them flare open. One more, hold it at the top, 15 pulses, down about halfway, and then squeeze. Five more. $15. One more minute break and then last set. Okay, round 3. Sometimes this last set, as your muscles are starting to fatigue, people may start to feel exercises in places that they shouldn't, because those muscles that were supposed to be working are so tired that they're not supporting your body as well. So things like low back's hurting, knees hurting, neck's hurting, shoulders hurting, any of that, just back off a little bit. You can start with 5 reps on this last set if you want, if you feel like this is hard. All right, let's get to it. So I'm gonna do 15, do as many as you can with good form. On to the lunges, 10 on each side. Make sure you have a good setup. If you do a couple and they don't feel good, readjust. Don't just push through pain. A little burning is okay to push through, but not pain. Ooh. One more. And switch. We're getting there. All right, other side. Last one. Okay, great work. You're gonna grab your dumbbells for your bent over row. 15 reps if we can get there. Tighten that core, tighten those glutes. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Give it a pause at the top. One more. Stand tall. Grab your weights for your hammer curls. How tight can you squeeze your glutes and abs while you do these? Five more. Let's do some really slow last few reps. Ooh, how slow can we go on the way down? One more. Squeeze. Slow, slow, slow. Awesome. Set those weights down. Let's do those push-ups. Okay, I'm gonna try the last set on my toes. You may try a couple on your toes. If your arms are tired, stick with the knees. We'll go in 3, 2, 1, 15 push-ups. Five more, you can do it. Oh, good job. Okay, bridges to finish up. Tighten the glutes, tighten the core. Let's lift. Pulse it. 2, how much can you squeeze the booty? and 15. Awesome. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Take a couple deep breaths here. You made it. You have to let me know how you felt at the end, or if you need any alternative exercises. All right, let's put knees down on the ground. We are going to put arms out to a T so your shoulder blades are glued to the mat, and then slowly drop your knees over to one side. We're going to do a gentle supine twist. Back to the center. I'm going to twist to the other side. To the middle. I'm going to have you hook your right ankle across your left thigh. This might be all the stretch you need right here. Otherwise, you're going to loop your hands behind your left thigh. Feel a stretch in that outer right hip area. Swap it out. If that felt pretty challenging and you have done the first workout, it might be that you need to stick with the first workout for a little bit longer and actually work on building up the weights that you are lifting in that last workout. So for example, if the push-ups felt really hard today, it might be that when you're doing your chest press exercise, that instead of doing it with 5-pound dumbbells, 5s feel easy, work your way up to doing it with 10-pound dumbbells. So eventually you'll build more strength there, so those push-ups won't be quite so hard. Other than that, keep watching. I'm going to do another one that's going to progress you a little bit further, that's going to be even a little bit harder than the one that we did today. So awesome job, stick with it. The most important thing is consistency, and so it doesn't matter how quickly you bump your weights up, it doesn't matter how much harder you get, every week, how many more exercises you do. What really matters is that you're sticking to it week after week. All right, have a great day.